Anime. I want you to think about the last time you watched anime and saw something like this. If you've seen more than 5 Japanese cartoons in your lifetime, chances are you felt the same sense of deja vu you feel every time a girl who looks like this blushes and goes. As a medium, anime has given birth to worlds and stories found nowhere else in the world, time and time again. It's also made shit like this. Okay, I'll stop doing that joke now. And while some of these tropes can feel unoriginal or straight up piss you off sometimes, that doesn't necessarily mean they're all bad. Actually, I think some of these tropes can be cool as hell, and no matter how many times I see them, I can't help but to get hyped, laugh, or cry. My name is Corbro, and in this video I'll be going through the long and wide archives of my mind and TV tropes to rank my top 10 favorite anime tropes of all time. Number 10. The side character that over-explains every fight. Starting off this list with a controversial pick, I know a lot of people get pissed off by this sort of thing, and I can understand why. Sometimes you don't care about the acceleration and velocity of someone's fart, sometimes you just wanna, see the action, instead of having Krillin explain it to you. Which is why I think this trope is at its best when the anime doesn't take itself too seriously. It's just dumb fun. Take Speedwagon for example. He's a fan favorite character that everyone unanimously decides to sim for, while also being notorious for his fight explanations. That's because Jojo's fights are just that ridiculous, and even if you're already seeing it play out, having a character narrating it adds to the experience because you never thought you'd hear someone say those words out loud. And don't lie to me, you had a huge grin on your face when Speedwagon yells, Number 9. Actually, I was one step ahead of you this entire time. Do you like chess? It's one of the purest forms of a game of the mind. On the chessboard, it's brain versus brain, mind versus mind. No cheap tricks or gimmicks. The one who is more skilled will win. Now translate that idea into an anime, and what you get are metaphorical chess games and battles of the mind. Some examples that come to mind are Death Note, Code Geass, and of course, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I don't have much to say on this subject other than that it's just fun to watch. Calculated moves as Light and L try to think a dozen steps ahead of each other, or the ridiculous twists that you find in JoJo fights are all great examples. It's either satisfying as hell to watch something like Light's ultimate plan play out, or just plain dumb fun. Number 8. Characters unlocking secret powers right before defeat. If you've seen any of these shown in anime, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And honestly, this trope can feel like a bit of an ass pull. It's cliche and predictable, but man is it hype. This type of sequence is usually paired with the main character's inner monologue and flashbacks. And even if the abilities themselves sound like something the author pulled out of his ass, the emotions that often go with them are not. Inner conflict, past trauma, walls and limits our protagonists just can't seem to get over, and these built-up emotions all pour out when the situation looks the most dire. Animation, music, and intricate character arcs all weaved together by the author in the studio, and what you get is a beautiful climax, a sense of having overcome one's limits, and a whole lot of hype. Not gonna lie, this scene made me shed a tear. Number 7. Bullshit power scaling. Yeah, another trope that the average anime viewer looks down on. Let me explain. I don't care. It's fun as hell to watch. Rimuru going from a slime to a demon lord, Goku unlocking the power of Ultra Instinct, and Simon's gunmen turning into the size of a universe. Sure, more grounded shows where they don't deviate from the original power scaling can be great, but there's a time and a place for everything, and I think ridiculous power scaling can be a good thing if done right. Not only is it fun and satisfying to see our main character overcoming bigger and stronger threats, but it also gives you a strange sense of nostalgia when you look back and think about what used to be considered a world-ending threat. What took Simone a season to beat becomes a side character. Yes, it can feel like a waste of time, but it also comes with a sense of progression. We were there when our boy was struggling. We went through the training arc together. It makes you feel more connected to that character, and that, to me, is worth more than continuity. Number 6. Yelling out the name of an attack. Need I say more? Number 5, the blank episode. Deviating from action anime tropes for a bit, I want to talk about my other favorite genre, slice of life. If you've seen any shows that look like this, you pretty much know what the deal is. There's a beach episode, hot springs episode, summer festival episode, school festival episode, you know the drill. You could argue that most of these episodes are the same, and I partially agree with you. But with that sameness also comes a feeling of familiarity. It's like eating comfort food. And even if they're doing the exact same thing every episode, watching a new cast of characters I've grown to love go about these events and just having fun is just wholesome to watch. It's the reason I love slice of life. You're given a glimpse into someone else's mundane life. The characters aren't real, but you've been there. You also go out with friends, maybe travel together, get away from everyday life. That's real. Number 4, going to space. Forget everything I just said because we're going to space, baby. This is a trope that a certain studio is notorious for, and I love them for it. With how crazy trigger shows usually are, it's only natural they go to space for the final climax. I know people shit on Darling in the Franxx because they also went to space, and so did I. But after watching all the trigger shows, it almost feels like a rite of passage now. So when they go to space in the last episode, I'm just like, yeah, of course they go to space. What are you, some sort of slice of life watcher? Number 3, Barack Obama. Number 2. Yeah, it's tsunderes, because no matter how much I shit on the trope, Rin will always be the best girl. Real talk, most tsunderes suck ass. I'd make some shitty jokes here, but this video is already getting way too long, so here are the bad ones, and here are the good ones. Number 1. You've all been waiting for this, and we all know it. The undefeated king, the uncontested champion of anime tropes. 2,000-year-old vampire lollies. That's it, that's the list. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe and comment. I read those.